Welcome to the Jets Afterburners podcast. New York Jets stand 16. Liam is working overtime, but hopefully he'll wind up in the back end of the show. The Jets are the Jets. They lost this past Sunday. I was out of town and, I said, you know what? Let me just stop in a local pub and see how they're doing. I don't drink beer. I'm not an alcoholic or anything. I just wanted some wings. That's it. I go in there. Let me get 20 wings, please, and a seltzer. Okay. Do you guys have the Jets game on? I was in PA. There's Steeler games everywhere. Browns games everywhere. Saints everywhere. No Jets. Oh, yeah, we have it in that corner over there. So I'm like, all right, there's a lot of people there. I'll just sit here. I could see it. Started squinting my eyes, and I saw 21-7 and Aaron Glenn breakdancing on the sidelines because our kick returner, the best part of this team, just returned a punt return for a touchdown. Great. But you know what? There are good things that occurred this season. There are silver linings. And one of them is that our next guest here, he went viral because of what he said at a tailgate after the game, walking. He said something that every one of us Jet fans say deep down inside, but don't say it verbally. But this kid, he said exactly what needed to be said.
Get your thoughts on the game.
I hate this team. I was born into this, and I'm not going to ever – I'm always a Jets fan, but, I hate this team.
So, without further ado, we bring on Winston. Winston, my man, welcome to the show, brother.
Hi.
So, I want to just preface this to the entire Jets fan base, because I know what you Jet fans are saying. This kid is too young. He hasn't gone through the 86 Cleveland Brown playoff loss. He hasn't gone through the fake spike in 93 with Marino. He wasn't there for Eric Allen's 308-yard return in the fourth quarter against Boomer Esiason. He wasn't there for the AFC Championship losses against the 83 Dolphins, the Broncos, the Colts, and the Steelers. Winston, have you experienced just one season in particular, that first year with Aaron Rodgers? Did you experience that?
I did, and that first game where he tore his Achilles.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, that's probably one of my favorite games because it was one of the first games I ever watched. It was a horrible start.
Right.
But Xavier Gibson kick touchdown at the end was just awesome.
It was great. But that loss of Aaron Rodgers, you know what that tells me? That you're up to speed, man. Or even all those bad years, you're here, man. You're here. And that's what it is being a Jet fan. It's getting hyped up for the game, and then all of a sudden things happen the way how we already know how it's going to end. But with that being said, I got to ask you some questions. What made you a Jet fan?
Well, it was really always on Sunday. My dad was always watching it, and I mean, I guess one Sunday, I guess I just like joined in and watched it with him, and from that point on, I watched it more and more with him, and eventually, I became a fan of the team. Not a great choice.
No, but I love your quote, I hate this team, because they say it's a hate love relationship. There's no love involved in this thing. And like there's none. Like, well, like let's look at last Sunday, for instance, right? You watched the whole game?
Pretty much, yeah.
At what point did you say there's no going back, that we can't win this one?
Uh,
Was it before kickoff?
I mean, probably start of the second half.
Wow. You got a lot of hope, man. I love that enthusiasm. I'm watching eating my chicken wings, and I'm like, man, this is getting bad. But now let me ask you, right? So are you pro tank? Do you want the Jets to continue to lose? We got 4 games left, or do you want what many Jet fans feel? This is if you win games, you build a winning culture. I feel like they should have done that in September.
Well, I mean, the players want to win, like
Right.
the players. So obviously, you want your players to be like at least happy.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, 3-10, I want to see us lose every game. But I want us to play well every game. I want Brady Cook, as he is, to keep starting every game. I hope we just play well and then lose by 1. So.
Oh, I like your philosophy, man. That's the way to be. Now, let me ask you, what's your favorite Jets moment as a fan?
I mean, I think as we mentioned earlier, probably the Xavier Gibson overtime touchdown against the Bills.
Right.
What else? There's not that many being a Jets fan.
That's what I'm saying. You're up to date, man. You're right there with us. You're right there. Now, you ever think the Jets are ever going to win a Super Bowl? Because I think so. I think, to be honest, I think you're in a perfect position. And let me explain. About the year 2000, that's when I believe Tom Brady got drafted. And the Patriots were a mess. They were one of the worst teams. But Bill Parcells, kind of changed that around a little bit. But they were just cellar dwellers. And then all of a sudden, there was 20 years worth of championships. I think you're there. As much as Jet fans want to clown me on that, I think you're very close.
I mean, as like you said earlier, I have not seen the Jets had any of those bad plays in the playoffs because I've never seen them make the playoffs. So
Right. Yeah. Well, you're going to see them. I honestly think Aaron Glenn has a lot of intangibles as a very good head coach. And I'm not just like glorifying him because he's a Jet current coach. It's just that when he was a player, he saw a 1-15, 3-13 team go 9-7 with the right coaching. So he has that in him. He's seen it happen before, but he just needs his players. Do you feel with trading away Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner was a good thing? Or do you see it as a detriment, something that they shouldn't have done because they were core players?
I mean, we got great value out of them. They were actually my 2 favorite players. But I mean, we got 2 firsts from Sauce Gardner and a first, I think, next year from Quinnen and a second this year. So I mean, we got good value from them. But I mean, I think it is not great losing your 2 best players for your team.
Do you have both of their jerseys?
I have Quinnen Williams jersey, and then I have a Sauce. Yeah, I have both of them.
Don't you feel there should be a buyback program with Woody Johnson? Like I feel, because look, I gotta turn the camera around. Watch, look at all the jerseys I have. All right, I have a whole bunch of jerseys. Horrendous. Very sad place to live in. Very. It's a depression zone here. Very bad. But my whole thing is, I bought a Sam Darnold jersey. He got jettisoned in 3 years. Then I got a Zach Wilson jersey. Then a Justin Fields jersey. Shouldn't there be a certain point where Woody Johnson says, you know what? Instead of raising ticket prices when you win the first game of the season, when you start off 0-7, just give us back the jerseys and select whatever other jersey that you would like. Do you think that might be on the table? Can we start a petition?
I think it's a great idea. I don't think it'll work, but I mean, great idea.
I agree. I don't think it will work. But with that being said, I'm gonna give you a scenario. All right. And you might not like this scenario. Here we are. Let's say picking 7th overall next April. And there's either the Titans or the Giants 1st overall. Now we got to give up 2 first-rounders, but the team at the top does not want a second-rounder. They don't want it. They don't want a third-rounder. They just want those 2 first-rounders and Garrett Wilson. Now, do you make that trade in order to possibly get your franchise quarterback? Or are you going to say, you know what? If we get a quarterback, who's he going to throw it to?
He's gonna throw it to John Mechie and Adonai Mitchell.
Wow.
I got 2 words for you: Fernando Mendoza.
Love it. So you would pull that trade?
I would.
I would too. I mean, you know, I go into like these spaces and whatnot, and I love the guys that I talk to on there on Twitter. But it's like, no, I wouldn't touch Garrett. I wouldn't touch him. But like he hasn't been playing forever, and the Jets have not gotten a franchise quarterback. Man, in my opinion, I might be wrong on this. Chad Pennington, like that was our own guy, like our own groomed. Like he sat down year 1, learned from Vinny Testaverde, and then came up. The Jets did things the right way. Why not get a Fernando Mendoza, or would you go Dante Moore?
Nope.
All right. Let me turn the tables on you. Let's say it's 1 Titans, 2 Giants, right, in the draft. We can't get to the top. They get Mendoza. Do we trade to the 2 and get Dante Moore and settle?
Both the Titans and the Giants, I feel like, well, the Titans have Cam Newton, so I feel like they wouldn't be drafting
Cam Ward,
not Cam Newton.
That's all right. Cam Newton's upset. His feelings are hurt that the Colts, they reached out to a 61-year-old quarterback.
Who was a grandfather.
That great granddad. No white hair, nothing. I'm 44 and I have grays all over my goatee. God bless him.
Yeah. Well, I think, and the Giants, they have Jackson. I feel like they both have their quarterbacks, and
right.
So I feel like I'd trade for the Raiders probably. So like I'd say 3 because
the Raiders they're gonna look for a quarterback. They're looking for a quarterback. Geno ain't it. I could have told you about Geno ain't being it about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's why those are the teams I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of the Saints holding the number 1 overall pick, the Raiders holding the number 1 overall pick, because they won't trade. They're like, yeah, that's my guy. Now I got another question for you. Let's see how far down this rabbit hole we can go. Let's say Joe Burrow becomes available. I don't know if you heard his comments. Let me see if I could pull this up. This is from Adam Schefter, right? So Joe Burrow got kind of cornered, and he started talking about how bad things are in Cincinnati. And this is Adam Schefter, a good buddy of ours here. Let's see. Listen to this.
No more got fired. I thought the most intriguing comments I heard from anybody were Joe Burrow on Wednesday in Cincinnati, talking about the fun he's having or not having and his future there, basically. I'll say this. Other teams in the league take notice of that.
So, what would you give up for Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow, he's my favorite quarterback to watch in the entire NFL. I'm not trading for him.
Whoa, you got what was that? What was that? You got me good on that one.
Nope.
Why?
He's my favorite quarterback in the league. He's what, 28?
Yeah.
He's 28. That's prime quarterback. He's not going to be with us for long-term guy because our team's so bad. And I mean, I love to watch him, but I don't think our team's obviously going to be better, but it's not going to be better set up for the future. I mean, we'll probably make the playoffs and then lose in the wild card because I think I'd rather load up on draft picks and just draft well, get good guys to make a deeper run.
To me, honestly, I think that's a smart move. What you just said, just build through the draft. The only reason why I bring Burrow up is because Aaron Glenn as a player, Aaron Glenn as an assistant coach and a scout, he has gone through a lot of teams that they didn't groom quarterbacks. Let me put you on, right? So like in 98, the Jets got this guy, Vinny Testaverde, who's a journeyman, brought the Jets to the AFC Championship game. Then he goes on as a coach to the New Orleans Saints, and they traded for a guy named Drew Brees. They won a Super Bowl with him. Then he becomes the defensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. They trade Matt Stafford for Jared Goff. Again, I believe he was probably 25 or 26. Wouldn't you love to have Jared Goff as the New York Jets quarterback?
Well, Jared Goff has Amon-Ra St. Brown. We have Garrett Wilson, but I mean, Amon-Ra's a lot better than Garrett Wilson. He also has great defense, and ours isn't great. I just think, good quarterbacks wouldn't have, they want to be on good teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think, they play their best with the Jets.
Well, I'm going to counter that, right? So let's say the Jets do have a good offensive line, right? Finally, they have a young core five. Then you have Breece Hall, which I hope that they can re-sign. You got Garrett Wilson. Then you got the upcoming draft that it's loaded with receivers. You wouldn't think that it may possibly work. Any way I can convince you that we might be able to pull this off with Joe Burrow? Fans want Breece out of here. Unbelievable. He's too good. That's why. They want him out. Hey, bye-bye.
I mean, he scored 3 points on my fantasy team last week.
That's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
But no trade for Joe Burrow.
No.
All right. If the Jets trade for him, are you getting his jersey?
I think I may get his jersey regardless. Joe Burrow's my favorite quarterback in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to see him a Jet.
Wow, man, that's a tough pill to swallow. But that's cool, man. I get it. So now I have another question here. As far as our defense is concerned, do you feel Steve Wilks, our defensive coordinator, he's in trouble? Or do you feel that, you know what, Aaron Glenn is just going to give him another year? Because this defense, man, not good. Swiss cheese, man.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that he's coming back next year?
I mean, you saw what he did with Xavier Gibson, where he just, after the fumble and game one, just got rid of him. Mm-hmm. So I don't think he's coming back. I think Aaron Glenn is a productive head coach trying to make many moves. If you're not doing what you should be doing, he's going to get rid of you. So I think he's going to get rid of him.
Wow. I think so as well. I think a name to watch is Jim Leonard, the assistant head coach to the Denver Broncos, possibly being elevated to defensive coordinator. I would love that. So maybe there might be some glimmer of hope. But so Winston, look, I'm gonna plug in the website here. You could definitely catch Winston on I Hate This Team at Instagram. Also find out his merch at IHateThisTeam.com. The links are in the description below. Did I say it correctly or no?
Yeah, and 25% off starting pretty soon. So
excellent. Listen, my man, you are always welcome to hop on to the show. We appreciate your time and keep believing. Keep believing. Believe it or not, like I said earlier, I think you chose the Jets at the right time. There is going to be a lot of good moments that you're going to experience with this team. We're on the right trajectory, my man.
Yeah, I agree, and I hope you're right. Obviously, last 2 years there's been some good moments, but just gotta win one-score games, and I think we'll be a great team if we can just hold on in one-score games.
One more question, because you're very honest. Are you going against or for Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh?
Against. It was against from the moment week 1 when he just said what he said about our team. He was like,
yes.
I was really mad at that, and I don't want to see anybody get injured, but I hope he throws 8 interceptions next game.
I love this. Here, look. Yeah, I'm going to leave you with this. This is one of our good Jet fans. The Jets won't be on the right trajectory until they get rid of this god-awful coach. This is what we got going here. This is the positivity. It's just it just exudes through the pores, man, as being a Jet fan. But Winston, what a pleasure it was, my man. And as I said before, you could always hop on to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Without a doubt, man. The very best. Go Jets.
Thank you.
Later. What's up, guys? That was awesome. We are just 4 weeks away, guys. 4 weeks away. The link is in the chat. Definitely hop on if you want to talk Jets. And yes, I do think that the Jets are on the right path. Why am I saying that? Because they keep losing and they're losing. My whole opinion on this whole thing is crack the top 5. Crack the top 5 of the NFL draft. He was a cool Jet fan. Heck yeah, he was. Crack the top 5. So the compensation that you would have to give up to the Titans or the Giants, if they are holding the number 1 overall pick, isn't going to be that bad. But now if Adrian Martinez, again, I don't know why the Jets would do this. And let me be very, very honest with you guys. Adrian Martinez gives the Jets the best chance to win. Hopefully we don't see this dude on the field on Sunday. Hopefully it's Brady Cook. Continue doing Cook things. Because if Adrian Martinez goes in there, whether it's this Sunday or the final 3 weeks, and he pulls off a win, look at that. The guy hasn't been employed from the New York Jets for the New York Jets all season, comes here, messes up our draft picks. Typical Jets. Listen, not for nothing. The Jets need to crack the top 5. It's about the compensation. If the Jets land 5th, 4th overall, 3rd, I think I'm asking way too much. Because, winning against the Bengals, the Browns, and the Falcons, man, that's a tone setter right there. That culture change. Wow, man. Who want to fly with the fill in the blank Jets? I don't. Not with this team. But people will want to hop on the Jet if we have a franchise quarterback. What would be our compensation in the top 5? 2 first rounders. 2 first rounders, maybe a second rounder. That's cool. I'm good. This is all about landing a franchise quarterback and its potential. It's all potential. Fernando Mendoza, we don't know how he's going to transition. But with that being said, Aaron Glenn, Darren Muji, they have no idea when their next opportunity will come to them to be a GM, to be a head coach. So they can't wait until the 2027 draft, guys. Oh, this quarterback is weak. Yeah. You know what was a weak quarterback class? The Mahomes class. No one in their right mind would ever think that Mahomes would be a Hall of Famer. Mitch Trubisky was drafted before Deshaun Watson and Mahomes. And the crazy part of that is that the Chicago Bears traded up 1 spot to 2 in order to snag him. So don't give me this, this quarterback is weak. Stop. These head coaches, these general managers, they got 1 shot at this. You think I'm lying? Ask John Idzik, Mike McKeisenian, Joe Douglas. You think Joe Douglas is going to be a GM again? No, he's not. He failed because he jettisoned Sam Darnold. Look at Sam Darnold right now, how he's doing. Gave up on a quarterback with extreme potential. We had the number 2 overall draft pick. In hindsight, right? 2020. But honestly, if you're a GM and you're evaluating and assessing, you don't want to get the next hot thing. What do you have? Could have gotten out of that. Continued to surround Sam the right way. Nah, Jets don't do those things. All right, let's go back to the scenario. Now, let's say the Jets land 8th overall, 9th overall. So they have the 9th overall pick and the 10th overall pick, right? Isn't that with the Cowboys or something like that? Maybe I'm mistaken. I know it's with the Colts as well. Colts, they got friggin' Joe Biden at quarterback that they signed yesterday. Anyway, if we land at either 9th, 8th overall, 2 first-round picks will not be enough for the New York Jets to move all the way up to the 1st overall. Not even close. It'll be probably 3 first-rounders. It'll probably be 2 first-rounders, and Garrett Wilson will be part of this. You think I'm lying? I told you guys early this year, and we have the video, that Quinnen Williams was on the block. Nah, he's a core guy. He's core. He's a core guy for the Dallas Cowboys because that contract was ridiculous. Now, as far as Sauce Gardner, I didn't see that coming. But very smart because this regime needs to land a Mendoza or the kid from Oregon. Either way, or my favorite out of all of these options is landing Joe Burrow. If Joe Burrow is that upset, judging by that press conference that he had yesterday, and he waives his no trade clause, and the Jets come out of nowhere. And this is where Mooj is going to earn his keeps. And the Jets give away 3 first rounders. I'm okay with that. I'm good. I don't care about first rounders anymore. If it's about acquiring a franchise quarterback, I'm done with my Dwayne Robertsons, D. Milners, Kyle Wilsons. I'm done with those guys. Vernon Golston. I'm done. Give me a franchise quarterback. Why not? They don't want Garrett Wilson. Just to let you know. They can't afford him. They can't. My whole thing is that would give the Bengals ammo to move up into the draft to get their quarterback if they want to. Because that would mean that they would have 3 first-round picks this year and 2 next year. The bleeding has got to stop as a Jet fan. Like, this is ongoing every single year for us. And this young man who we had on the show started off with, I hate this team. We all do. We all can't stand the Jets. It's December. The dang season has been over since mid-October. How you like them apples as a rhyme? And it's been like this for what, 4 years? Constant. And here I'm going to be complaining that it's, oh, no, I can't give up the first rounders. No, I can't give up the first rounders. No way. Not for Mendoza. Yeah, I want Mendoza. I want that kid. I want him in green and white. And I want things done correctly. And yeah, I want my cake. I want to eat it. I want to own the bakery. Nice semolina bread. I want everything. I want to trade up to the number 1 overall pick. Get Mendoza. Get a Mac Jones. Have a plan for this quarterback. Get a new quarterback coach. Get as many masterminds as possible. Brian Dable, bring him in. As a consultant, pay him top buku bucks. If you're making an investment to move to the number 1 overall draft pick, you better pray that it hits, but you also have to surround them with the right mindset of people that know how to bring this young man into a certain point where he learns from the best. If we do draft Mendoza, he should not play game 1. When are we going to learn? We got it right once, and that was with Chad Pennington. He rode the pine for a year or a year and a half. He learned. Well, James, the thing is, right now, he can't learn from nobody. Because these quarterbacks that you see here, they're not going to be here. They're not going to be here in 2026. Cook ain't the guy. Paco ain't the guy either, the backup. He's not the guy. The other two, Justin Fields is faking an injury. I said it. He doesn't want to play for the Jets, guys. After what Woody said, he hurt the guy's feelings. He hurt his ego. He didn't like that. He never had an owner talk like that. And believe it or not, Woody was right. I'm paying you all this money. Hit a swing pass. You can't do that? You got to have some fortitude, guy. Tyrod Taylor, the human stretcher. The guy can't stay healthy at all. I feel for the guy, but we all knew last week, as soon as Brady Cook got elevated, that he was going to see the field. I didn't even see how Tyrod got injured. All of a sudden, I just blinked my eyes, and there's Brady Cook under center, getting laughed at. But to answer your question, James, that's the thing. We don't know. That's why if the Jets are going to give up so much draft capital, they have to surround this young quarterback with the right acumen, individuals that know exactly what they're doing. That's why calling and bringing in a Brian Dable might be the upgrade that this team needs. Instead of getting an Engstrang and keeping him on there, he is no Ben Johnson. That's why the Lions let him go. Very predictable offense. Aaron Glenn has his work cut out for him this offseason if he's retained. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What did I just say? If Aaron Glenn is retained? I don't know, man. I don't think he's safe. I don't know. When you're down 21-0 at home, an empty stadium, and you have your punt returner return a touchdown, you're down now 21-7. You're nowhere near the game. And you continue to show this elation, this rah-rah. It's constant. It's just pure cheerleaders over and over and over as head coaches. Robert Saleh, another one, running up and down the stairs. Like, what are you doing? Rip, though. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think if the Jets are going to go all in on a first overall draft pick, if they could somehow pull this off and maybe have a deal in place, that's why it's so important to have the Titans continue to lose and the Giants. The big game for me of the year for the Jets, as long as they continue losing, is the Giants-Raiders game. I think the Giants-Raiders game, any way, how, the Raiders have to win that game. We got to trade with the Giants. If the Giants are there, I don't want to hear this narrative of, no, come on, man. The Giants would never trade with the Jets. Never. Are you, what? The Jets with all these assets? The Giants with their franchise quarterback, Jackson Dart? They wouldn't entertain 3 first-rounders? 2 first-rounders? 2 second-rounders? No, we don't want that. They pick up the phone. They hear Muji. Yeah, what's up? Muji says, listen, whatever. Joe Shane. Listen, we'll give you 3 first-round picks. Click. I don't do business with the Jets. And then the Raiders call, hey, listen, we could swap picks. We're at 3. We'll give you next year's second. Yeah, the Giants are going to be like, yeah, okay, no problem. Let's do it. It's a business. Doesn't matter who's at the top. If you're willing to give a sweet package deal to the one that's at the top that doesn't need a quarterback, the trade is going to execute, fellas. It's going to happen. So that's why it gets so meticulous right now. It gets so crazy right now where we have to hope for certain teams to keep losing, hope that the Jets will keep losing, the tank. This is no way to be a fan. I want to, just like you guys, we want to be able to root for our team. Yo, let's go. We play in Buffalo this week. Oh, in Buffalo? Let's go, man. Let's win the game. Nah, we've gotten to the point where we have to root against the team. And I'm sorry, you could be a diehard fan. Why would you root for this team to win? What do they have? They're not building anything. Half of these players aren't even going to be here next year. And here we are. Oh, man, we're playing against the Jaguars. Hopefully we go to Jacksonville and we just pull an upset. So you like being in purgatory. I hate it. I can't stand. You know what? You're right. I hate this team. Winston, you're right. No, stop. It ends now. Continue losing. Crack the top 5. Hope for the Titans or the Giants land the number 1 overall pick. And then you have a trading partner. There's that possibility. And no one can outgive the Jets. And they'll take it, whoever it is. So long as it's not quarterback needy teams like the Browns, the Saints, and the Raiders. If those three teams are up there, they're not trading with the Jets because they know the value of a freaking franchise quarterback. They know it. They're not just going to give them away. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. 3 first-rounders. Sure. They ain't going to do that. They're not going to do that. Listen, I am upset. I'm ticked off because it's December and we need that feeling back of 2009, 2010. It's been so long ago. It's been 15 years. And you might say, oh, why do you have to go 15 years? Why not 2015 with Brandon Marshall and Fitzpatrick? Because it ended so Jets-esque. We lost against the Bills in Orchard Park against our old coach, Rex Ryan. No. I don't look at the 2015 season as, that was the last time we had a winning record. Look at that, 10-6. And we didn't even make the playoffs. Only the Jets. I want that 2009, 2010 feeling. What I want more than those 2 years, the feeling, is the 98 feeling, where we were just unstoppable under Parcells. We weren't depending on any other team. We weren't depending on, I hope that quarterback doesn't play. No, we were the powerhouse. We were the feared team in the league, other than the Broncos. And that's it. That's where it stopped. And the Vikings. But those poor souls are just as unfortunate as the Jets. But we need that back here. We need it back. We need to bring back the winning style of what we experienced in 98, 2009, 2010. But that starts in the offseason, acquiring a quarterback. That's where the winning culture begins. There. It doesn't happen now. It will not happen in December. Remember when we beat the Pats last game of the season where Saleh drove Breece Hall right into the ground? That didn't do anything for the following season. It didn't. So don't give me this, come on, man. Let's pull one off. Do what's right. Continue to lose. Hope for the Titans and the Giants to have the first overall pick. And we can go from there. And the winning can ensue. Listen, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Definitely share. And again, big shout out to Winston. Again, his websites, Instagram handles, everything's in the description below. IG handle is I Hate This Team. And his merch is IHateThisTeam.com. Jets fans, rejoice. Our time is coming. See you guys next week. Go Jets.
Quarterback, Ken O'Brien of California Davis.
Just 14 that first time, now going long. They got a wide open man, and he makes the catch. It's Braylon Edwards taking off. Braylon Edwards will take it home for the touchdown. 80.
First down in San Diego territory at the 47-yard line. Big draw. And Pennington going for 6. Deep down the field, and it's caught.